The following is a presentation of TFNN. Live at TFNN, the Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. Brought to you by Nadex. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Tom O'Brien and Darrell Martin.
Welcome, folks. Tom O'Brien. We appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us. Right now, you get the Dow Industrials up 140. Nasdaq's up 29. S&P's are up 14.5. You had China go down in rates. Market gaps higher in an extraordinary way. I'm coming to you live from the Traders Expo in Las Vegas, and it's like it's a little early out here in the morning. Europe. What you have with Europe, the DAX is up 233 right now. You get the FTSE up 89. Gold's trading up $13.40. You have platinum up 21 bucks. Silver's up 37 cents. Yes, we're speaking from the bear cave. You got bonds. So check this out. The bond market, folks, should be getting destroyed right now. And what you have is that you have the 10-year flat, the 30-year up 5 ticks. King dollar. What's King dollar doing? King dollar is testing its highs. Thus far, it hasn't been able to take out those highs. King dollar right now is up 493 ticks at 88.15. The euro is down 108. And if you haven't test drove the Nadex platform yet, folks, you can get over to our website at TFNN. Hit the banner on the top, on the side, and bring that platform up to put $25,000 of paper money into your account. You'll be able to see how these binary and spread options work. There's no doubt that you get a little volatility in here. And, yeah, as one of our tigers are saying in the den, you have a new opportunity every 20 minutes. They have some new binary options, folks, and what they do is that they E as Z for. So if we walk through this, and bear with me 1 second because, there we go. Okay, so when you take a look at these, what gets really interesting is this, is that the binary options that they have just put up, now there is no doubt that you talk about every 20 minutes, yes, it's like a little bed bug. But what you do have is this, is that you only need movement of about a point to a point and a half, and whether you're a bull or a bear, those babies will be in the money or out of the money. And what I've found in the last couple of weeks, we started trading them a couple of weeks ago, what does get so with all options, right, you know, you have the price, then you have the time. And with these particular options, what you get is that on a 20-minute basis, if these babies are coming into a swing point, and it doesn't matter whether it's a bull or a bear, one that you would want to get into, when you get about 9 minutes left, most times that you will get something that is a point out of the money at approximately $18 to $20. And, of course, on the other side of that, you have the full VIG would be 80, but you basically can't go for that full VIG, because what happens is this, is that they jump, and they jump around very quickly. And so if there's let me give you an idea. Like right now, you have the E-min is at 2068.25. If you're a bull, you'd be saying, okay, we get, there's 5 minutes left on this one, I think, yeah. You get 5 minutes left on this one, and you say, okay, are we going to 2069.05 over, and they're in points, 0.05 at the end, so they really need that extra 0.25. That would be one aspect that you say, okay, it's going higher. The other one would be a 2067.25, and you say, okay, within that aspect it's going lower. My point is this. If you try to go for the whole VIG, it's much harder to get versus once you buy them, you go for, let's say if you're in for 18, 20, you're going for 75. And what does happen is this, is that it's when you're putting limit orders into close, because they jump around so dramatically, you will get more than the limit many times. The last few days I was actually surprised because they do jump that dramatically, meaning that if there's not a bid at where you have just put it in, guess what? It jumps right over it, and you get a much better one that there is. Like right now, we're dealing with 2067.50, right? And what you have is that this little baby right now, especially after a gap up this much higher, this thing wants to run down to 2065. So the question is, do you wait? And in this case, I'd wait for the next ones to come out because you're only dealing with 3 minutes right now. So I definitely wait for the next one to come out because what you have is this, is that you got the high in at 2067. You're at 206. The high was in at 2072, but you're already into the bar. See, we're already into the bar of 2067. That's saying, okay, which is going to put people in shock. That's saying that we're going to finish out this day at 2057.50. That's how this is set up right now. Yes, bizarre, absolutely bizarre. But that's how this Friday's setting up. And if that's what we get, what this is going to be is that you had the test of the dollar. So let me go over to the dollar for a second, DXZ4. You had the test of this dollar, and this dollar is going to fail. And it's really bizarre, but the market, DXZ, this market loves, sorry folks, this market loves that strong, yeah, see this, okay, so the dollar thus far has made it to 88.29, and it's 88.36, and it hasn't been able to basically hang up at those highs. And if that dollar can't hang up at those highs, guess what? The market's not going to hang up at the highs, and you're going to get an exhaustion gap. That's how this is basically setting up. The key to wrap your head around also is this bond. The bond deal is a large deal. Gold's going topside. Excuse me, folks. It's having another sign of strength out here, and we'll see where the rest of this shakes out. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Some of the high spikes, volume spikes out here today in this market. You had, let's see, Apple's flat. That's interesting. You get Halliburton up $1.64. GameStop is down $6. That's getting smoked. You get Ford up 8. Let's go over to some of these Dow stocks. Let's see. Alcoa is up 46 cents. You got Honeywell up $1.54. IBM's up 84 cents. IBM still can't get out of its way. That's pretty amazing, but it just can't get out of its way. You get Citigroup up 68 cents. ExxonMobil's up 109. We take a look at that oil market. Oil right now is trading flat, 75.57. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. We'll come right back. Dow Industrials right now are up 142. Nasdaq's up 33. S&Ps are up 15. Gonna be right back.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
With the launch of Tiger TV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pesavento, Andy Hecht, Thinkorswim, or Darrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing. Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
You've always taken the long view when it comes to investing, but what if there's an opportunity right under your nose? What if you could be more responsive to market trends to seek to boost your portfolio performance right now while seeking to reduce your overall risk? At Direction Funds, we connect investors with alternative strategies that seek to maximize their returns. Smart investors deserve smart alternatives. Find yours at directionfunds.com. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risk charges, and expenses of Direction Funds carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Funds. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact the Direction Funds at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. Investing in index funds may be more volatile than investing in broadly diversified funds. Distributed by Rafferty Capital Markets, LLC.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Tom O'Brien, appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, you got the Dow Industrials up 142, Nasdaq's up 35, S&Ps are up 15. And if we go through these indices, what you're going to see, we'll start with the S&P and SPX. There she is. You're talking new highs in the SPX. SPX right now hit a high out here today of 2071. Right now, you're dealing out at 2068. We go look at the Dow Industrials. We take a look at the Dow. Dow Industrials right now are up 143. That hit a high of 17,894, pretty close to 18,000. More than likely, you're going to see that baby hit the 18,000. We'll see whether, I don't think it's going to have the juice out here today, because what you're going to have is that you get a Friday, lots of, a gap up of $18 on the S&P is just not only a nice handoff for big profits. It's like, okay, they're going to take some, or is this a full leg up? And if this is a full leg up, you're going to need, well, we could. I mean, you get the volume that comes in here. We'll see whether we get that volume. The small caps. So the small caps, the Russell 2000 was the only indice and still is the only indice that hasn't hit its high. It's pretty amazing that it can't get into this level out here today. The small caps, we look at the IWM. IWM right now is trading 117.60. In the low of the high high in the IWM is 119.20. It's like, okay, why can't the small caps, what is it inside those small caps that just can't get the juice to get up to higher price? Gold market, we go take a look at gold out here, GCZ4. The gold this morning is up $13. We're at 128,000 contracts. You're taking out your swing high from last week. And this, of course, is on a Friday, which they love to whack gold. We've already done more volume. We've done, well, no, we haven't. 171,000 that it's going into. So it's 1204.10. That's the high that it's going after right now. Right now we're at 1204.40. If we look at that intraday, what we have is that the surge when let's see, this was at the open more than likely 820. Yeah. So the surge on the open hasn't got tested yet, meaning that high that was generated out there, 1207.60. So that means that high is going to get at least tested. We go to silver. We take a look at the silver market, and what has happened is that silver hasn't been able to get traction, number one. But what you do have out here today, which is pretty cool, is that silver is getting some traction. It's up 41 cents right now. We're trading 16.55, and 16.64 would get silver back inside its range. Not a higher range, but that range specifically would get it back inside a range that's going to have a shot to get into higher price. So this is really even though when silver and gold did move higher on the 14th of November, silver just couldn't basically get enough price movement to get back up into a higher range. Right now, that is happening. If we take a look at the XAU, the HUI, they're not only in their range, they're basically on their way. The XAU right now, that XAU is trading at the 74.68, and at 74.68, we had got up to 75.27 last week. Now what you're going to have is this, and when we did that, on the 18th of November, the XAU gets to 75.27, 43 million shares. It's going into 45 million shares. So what we're going to have now is, because we had good volume on Monday, on Tuesday and Wednesday, what we're going to have, if we put this on a weekly basis, it looks to me like we're going to have a decent weekly bar coming into the downdraft that had been created 3 weeks ago. And that's exactly what the metals market needs in order to get to higher price. We need that expansion of volume. We need the wide price spread on the dailies as well as the weeklies. And that's how that's setting up thus far. The dollar hasn't been able to hold it. The dollar is off 100 ticks of where it was at the open, and we'll see whether basically it has just tested that level and it's going to give it up off that level. If you get to give up off the dollar, off that level, guess what? That's all this is about, is testing that dollar out of the highs, spike higher, and we'll see where it's left at the end of the day. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. We're coming right back. Dow Industrials right now up 139. Nadex up 35. S&Ps are up 15. You got gold up 13. Silver's up 40 cents. Go right back.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you like it does me, visit everbank.com/TFNN to find out what they can do for you. Again, that's everbank.com/TFNN. Visit them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN, and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
No matter where you listen to TFNN programming, we want you to know you can always access your favorite shows on demand through TFNN.com. TFNN airs live programming every market day from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. Eastern, and you can view each program by accessing Tiger TV through our homepage. We even have an easy link for all mobile devices, including iPhones and iPads, located at the top right-hand corner of the TFNN homepage. You can use your smartphone to view Tiger TV, but if you don't have a mobile connection that can keep up with streaming live video, then you can simply visit TFNN.mobi in the browser of your smartphone for live streaming audio of all of our programs. The mission of TFNN is to educate our audience directly and interactively through our interactive website and radio call and talk shows. TFNN is able to teach all levels of investors the technical skills needed to trade in today's marketplace. In order to get the best information possible, TFNN has assembled the most respected financial minds in the country to provide the most current news and comprehensive advice available. TFNN.com. Educating investors. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Folks, Dow Industrials right now up $137. You got the NASDAQ up 35. S&P is up 15. Inside the Dow Industrials, if we take a look at the inside the Dow Industrials, what's driving the Dow right now, you got Caterpillar is the number one mover in the Dow. That is up 488. DuPont is up $1. You got United Technologies up $1.52. J.P. Morgan Chase is up 74 cents. Taking some points out of it. You get Marvell down 15 cents. Verizon is off 19. Johnson & Johnson. So those are the only two that are negative. Let's go to Mike in Dallas. Hey, Mike, what's going on?
Just real quick, I wanted to ask you what when you're doing the 20-minute binaries.
Yes.
On your chart, do you use a 5-minute chart, a 10, a 20?
A 10.
A 10-minute chart?
That's what I've always used. So what I'm looking for is this. Like if here, I'll put one ESZ4. I'll put, if you're watching Tiger TV right now, I'll put this up.
I am.
And the key, one of the keys, and I'll put this. Let me just make this cleaner for you. Is that you really only want to do these against swing points because you got to line up two separate issues here. You got to line up the swing point, and you got to line up the time value. So right now there's 4 minutes left in this one coming off right now.
Right.
And so what we have, folks, if you're in your car, what we're looking at, we're We're looking at the minis, E-minis. Now, once the E-mini came back inside 2067.75, that, to me, that lines up that, okay, it's going to build cause to go test the breakout area. And even if you're bullish or bearish, that just wants to test the breakout area. The breakout area is 2057.50 from 0530 this morning. What we have, the swing point that we're going after right now had 48,000 contracts. That is 2066, and we're going to go after it right as we're speaking right here, which is pretty cool. Then what you do is you take the next bar. So, like, we're 6 minutes into this bar. Now, it's going after the price, but the volume right here, Mike, has to expand in order to stay under 2066. That's the way this is set up. So that's how I do these. Because what you're looking for specifically, and I know you're looking for the swing point, and then I take the volume characteristic, and then I look and say, okay, in this case, you can see this is 3 minutes out. So there's a lot of binaries there that are only a point out of the money that are very inexpensive because you only have 3 minutes.
Right.
3 minutes is pretty dicey. I like them when they have about 9 minutes left. 3 minutes is, it can waver back and forth.
Short.
That's how I do them.
Do you try to use out of the money when you do?
I use 1 point out of the money. That's what I'm doing. Because one point out of the money at about 9 minutes left are normally around $18.
Excellent.
So then what ends up happening is that you can be wrong a few times, just even getting back to $75. The $100, I haven't got back that much. I can tell you that. When I go in, then I'm going back. Let's say if I go in with 2 or 3 of them, then I'll say, okay, I want to buy one back to get the red back to get even. Do you see what I'm saying? At the 75.
Right.
If I'm talking too fast, what happens, folks, is that let's say if you're in a 20, you get 80 on the other side. But that 80 on the other side, that means that you have to go to expiration. They jump around so much. If you don't go to expiration, you put an order in, your probability goes up dramatically that you can get hit in between the time you put an order in and expiration. And that's what I try to do to at least get even, and then the other one can fly. Do you know what I mean?
I understand. Okay, Tom.
Okay, man. Have a great one. Have a safe.
I appreciate it. You too. Bye-bye.
So what we'll see here, folks, is that it's building cause right now. See, what we're doing is that we're building cause to try to get down into this level. This 10-minute bar does not have enough juice, though. Right now, the 10-minute bar has 22,000. So watch how this would work. If you're a bull, what would end up happening is say, okay, hey, it's not going to work. Well, guess what? That means that the E-mini now is going to try to get into 2068.50. And all of that is, that's the other side of the swing point. That's how this thing shakes out. So, yes, it's like a bed bug, folks. There's no doubt about that. But what you do have is that the correlation in the money management, like anything else, is crucial. There's no two ways about that. I haven't tried that. I was talking to Darrell. Darrell's right here, actually. I saw him last night. Now, he's been playing with in the money. This is what the difference is. The difference of in the money on these is that you're putting up $50 every time. So it's like, that gets, to me, until we really get this thing down, these just started. The $50 at a whack you can be, you got to be right almost every time on those 50. So that's a whole different ball game. And normally in an option market, you wouldn't get out of the money. But when you're talking about one tick away or 1 point away, it's actually, in a way it actually works is it's 1 point plus 0.2 or 0.75. And you got to keep your eye on that, because what that does mean is that I've noticed they're all at 7.5 right now. In the afternoon yesterday, they were all at 0.05. And at a 0.05, you really need the 0.25 because the S&Ps don't tick in 0.05. Right now, you get the Dow Industrials are up $1.34. We got Nasdaq up 35. S&Ps are up 14. And if we do stay on these S&Ps, what you're going to see is this: is that okay? So 2067. We get this into Yeah, we'll see. There just wasn't enough juice. What you are, though, this is what's really wild. See, it's not getting back outside the 2067 also. When it doesn't get back outside 2067, it's like, okay, it just wants to come down to the bottom of that bar. And it's coming down, thus far, it's come down into that bar, and it has had lighter volume. And, that in itself is saying that's just going to be a test of the breakout area, and thus far it is going to be with lighter volume. So if we go over to the SPY, we take a look at the SPY. If you're trading the ETF structures out here, what you have with the SPY thus far is that it opened at 208.84, and that also is coming in and trying to fill that gap, but the volume is dramatically lighter. The last get-go down here had 1.5 million shares traded at a 207.09, and it's going to need like about 3 million shares. The danger for the S&P, for the SPY right now, is that it's into the gap. Once you get into the gaps, particularly gaps that have you gapped higher, you got an exhaustion that's up there. It's a magnet that starts pulling it back down. So at this particular point, that is a dangerous setup, inside this S&P right now. And, of course, it would be a shock to everyone if, in fact, you had a flat market at these close out here, particularly on a Friday. That would be absolutely bizarre. Because what you do have is that when you get a gap higher like we did this morning, let me put this back up again, because it looks to me like this what you have happening inside this market right now, inside this E-mini, this E-mini wants to go down here. It's building cause right now to go after this again. Still doesn't have the volume. Let's see, we're 3 minutes into it, and it's anemic volume. But when they hit that swing point, the swing point we're talking about now is 2065.75. But you know what? It's getting further away from the 6-7 point. And once you get further away from the 6-7, your probability goes higher that someone's going to whack it at this lower swing point. 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Some of the Dow stocks out here. Big Blue's up 74. Walmart's up 43. You got ExxonMobil up 74. If we go over to the XLE, that's an indice that no doubt got whacked around. The XLE, yep, XLE's not going to be able to make it. This is a heads up. XLE got to 89.21, and it's at 88.55. The test is 88.96. So XLE is not. XLE bottom line still wants October 15th level on the way down. That October 15th level on the way down says quite a bit. The reason it says quite a bit is that you have. Let me pull this up here. That level is saying that you get a failure in the, one second, so we're at 206650. 2066. Sorry about this, folks. 1 second. Simultaneously, we're running. Sorry, I know. Talking, trading, doing all of the above. Okay, sorry. There we go. Sorry about that. Because this S&P is going to fall apart right now. 1 second. Sorry. Here we go. Sorry, Al. Okay. Dow's up 136. Nasdaq's up 35. S&P is up $15. And we go to the 3 Qs. We take a look at the 3 Qs. 3 Qs right now trading 104.38, and they're holding pretty good. Go back to the SPY for a second. SPY. Yeah, the SPY. Yeah, the SPY's still hammering. So the volume coming down is light, no doubt, but the price is having a hard time holding right now. The last 10-minute bow hit 207.09. You're up at 18 right now. See if we can get any juice into higher price. In the commodity market, and what you can do with these binaries, of course, and the spreads, is that you could be trading in the spread market. Natural gas right now is down 3.5%. Must have warm spell must have come in or something. You get silver up 2.2%. Gold is up 1%. Nickel is up 1%. Copper is up 1.4%. The copper move could get interesting, and that, of course, is going to be all about China. The spike higher out here this morning, what you had is China come down on interest rates. That put juice into the market at 0530, and we'll see where this whole thing shakes out. What you are going to hear, and this is what's going to really be wild, is that you have the market that gaps open, and the next thing that's going to be on the agenda, that's probably back on the agenda, is going to be the Democrats and Republicans fighting about immigration and fighting about are they going to basically try to close the government down once again. And that threat isn't out there yet, but we'll see if, in fact, that is happening. And don't forget, folks, if you come over to the front page of our website, at TFNN, Mr. Steve Rhodes, he's going to be doing an outstanding webinar. It's tomorrow morning. And this webinar, folks, is pretty amazing that Steve has put together. So he's doing a 3-hour webinar tomorrow morning with all the rules, what the patents you're looking for, from 9 to 12 o'clock. Then he's doing 6 weeks of follow-up. Then he's doing an additional webinar on January 9th. On January 9th, that is going to be on a Friday morning, so the market's going to be open. That's after you've understood the patents, understand how to trade those patents. All of that is only $395, and you can check it out on the front page of TFNN. And if you can't make it live, the way the technology works is that you're going to be able to go on your page. You're going to be able to go on your page for a full 2 months and go over the patents, how to trade these patents, and what this is all about. So check it out on the front page of TFNN. You can see our man, Mr. Steve Rhodes, trading 7 weeks with Steve right on the front page. Dow right now is up 136. You get Nasdaq up 33. S&Ps are up 14.5. We're at 2066.50. And Europe. So if we go take a look at Europe, let's see, 11:30, another hour they close. Europe, the CAT is up 2.6%. The DAX is up 2.4%. FTSE is up 1.5%. The FTSE and the DAX still haven't got to highs. And our own IWM, which is pretty amazing, hasn't got to a high either. Can't quite figure that one out. There's no doubt, S&Ps, Dow Industrials, they're up there, and they're up there pretty good. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. Don't forget about Steve's great webinar, folks. Check it out right in the front page of TFNN.com. We're going to be coming right back.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's Nadex.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today. When you first learn something in life, you have the most questions as you begin to apply that knowledge, which is why Steve Rhodes came up with the idea for his 7-week trading program. It all begins Saturday, November 22nd, when Steve Rhodes will host a live 3-hour morning workshop where he'll teach his attendees the precise methodology he uses when placing trades. You'll then receive 6 weekly updates each Monday morning discussing the possible alerts currently setting up in the market. Steve will then bring everyone back together for a final 3-hour live workshop Friday, January 9th, where he'll discuss the methodology that went into each of the 6 weekly updates, making sure that you're confident in applying what you've learned so that you can begin navigating the market on your own. You can sign up right now for this entire 7-week trading program with Steve Rhodes for a one-time payment of only $395. If you're a Mastering Probability subscriber, then you can save an extra $100 off that price. For all the details, visit the front page of TFNN.com right now.
Catch Basil Chapman as he uses his Chapman Wave methodology to call the markets. The Tiger Technicians Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now up $1.30. You get Nasdaq up 35. S&Ps are up 14. And slowly but surely, this good old E-mini is working its way into this bar. It's into the bar pretty good right now. So what you do have is that the high of the E-mini today is 2072. The low where this broke out from this morning is 2057. So, we'll see where this shakes out the rest of the day. But what it is doing, it's building cause to get into that level. Now, it is doing coming into that area with lighter volume. So the way that would be set up is that you could test it with lighter volume depending, when this test gets done, and then turn around and go right back topside. And what you do have is that means you're going to continue to have some volatility inside this market. The gold shares, silver shares, they're moving with some conviction out here this morning. Dollar index right now is still at these highs. Dollar index is at 88.19. The test of that dollar is 88. The 2010 high is 88.88. We've hit 88.33. We hit that last week. We did not hit that this morning on the continuous contract. And that's going to be a big number. It's hanging up there right now, meaning that you actually are at a decent number. In fact, let me bring the continuous up just to see how far we've actually gone. So take a look at this. Whoops. So the continuous contract thus far has hit 88.29, and it's the 8.8 that the continuous would have the full test. That would be the full test of those highs. We'll see whether it can get. It doesn't look to me like it's going to get up there. The divergence out here again this morning is that bond market. That bond market right now is still saying, guess what? When you have an S&P that is up 18 points at the open, the bond market, folks, should have been down 20 to 25 ticks in a heartbeat, and the bonds would not sell off. Now that will get itself straightened out, but that's saying quite a bit in itself. And specifically, what I'm talking about is that if they can't whack these bonds at the lower price, that is saying that the S&P is not going to hold these highs out here. If we go take a look at the 10-year, pull this 10-year up. Yeah, the 10-year is building costs a higher price. The 10-year thus far, we hit a low out here of 126.11. You're at 126.21, and they can't push it down. And the other side of this is that it's one of these days that everything's up too. So maybe that's just the way it goes. That there's no such thing as a down day in anything anymore. No. Let's go over to this E-mini. Just look at this E-mini once more, because what you do have is that it's crawling lower right now. You're at 2065.50, and you're right at the swing. So this is the make or break right now. We just got underneath it, actually. Actually right at it, because the number is 2065.25, and you're at 65 right now. Your next number down here is 2062. So this is saying it's going to go up to 2062.50 ASAP. That's a beautiful thing. You stay right there, folks. I'm Mr. Basil Chapman coming up next with you. Of course, you're going to stay healthy with Nico and Paige, Dave White, and we'll be back this afternoon. Have a great one, folks. Have a safe one.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.